Team pick.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Test 123 versus compLexity Gaming here in this best of three, the Bucharest Minor North American Qualifiers. And right now, Test 123 is up 1-0 here, going into game number 2. I'm BreakyCPK, joined by Elevated as my co-caster, and it's been a fun day so far. You know, we already have one series completed from earlier today.
Remaining.
That was Team defeating Anime 11 Esports.
5 seconds.
And now we have Test
remaining.
123 up 1-0. The winner of this series will play Team in the winter finals
Radiant
after
team
this
pick.
one. At this point. So here we are, the draft underway, and we got an Elder Titan first pick for that Test 123 side. So a little bit of a different change of pace once again. But again, we saw the Oracle first pick last game, and that proved to be a very efficient pick for them.
Yeah, definitely. And this Elder Titan is another pick that we've seen them go with a number of times. Flea has played it.
5
I think
seconds
mostly. I
remaining.
think we might have also seen Kitrek play it once, but
Radiant team pick.
it's a hero that enables very heavy aggression in the laning stage. You just stack that hard camp and you put your Astral Spirit in it, and then you just run people down with like 200 damage and a bunch of movement speed. Pretty gross.
Yeah, it can get ridiculous. So like a Shallow Grave would be nice to have, or just heal in general. So compLexity decides to pick up Dazzle, amongst other reasons, of
10
course. But
seconds
Tusk
remaining.
also in the response, and this is a fun hero I'm expecting to see in the hands of
5
Seafrake. And
seconds
this is
remaining.
more the hero that I would like to see him on personally. I know a lot would agree.
Dire team
Definitely
back.
can be a playmaker, that new tag team ability on top of that. So excited to see what he brings. But Oracle, the response to that, and again, we just got finished talking about Kitrek, so that's probably going to be Kitrek Oracle and Flea on the Elder Titan.
Yeah, and the Tusk and Dazzle combo pretty nicely together. Snowball can grab a bunch of people, put them on top of somebody directly, and then you
10
Shadow Wave
seconds remaining.
for a big burst of damage. The tag team also very
5
strong. It's a
seconds
slow,
remaining.
extra damage, and Dazzle also has a
Radiant
slow. So
team banned.
heavy harass on the side of compLexity so far. But I mean, this Oracle hero, Kitrek was styling last game, and it's pretty good against compLexity's lineup so far.
Yeah, I don't know if there's ever really a lineup where it's like not good against, right? The false promise is always going to be a really good tool,
10
I guess is the
seconds
point. So
remaining.
this kind of goes back to when we were seeing the Oracle in the major qualifiers, and I brought
5
this up. And
seconds remaining.
I'm
Dire
not surprised we
team
don't see
back.
this hero a lot more, but at the same time, part of me is somewhat because of the skill set. Across the board, it seems like very, very strong, and he did get buffed this last patch. We mentioned the whole new root mechanic and everything, too, being the TP stopper. But false promise, always going to be a valuable tool. Now, using those abilities in coordination and one after the other, and knowing when to use what abilities at what time, there is a fairly
10
high ceiling
seconds
cap
remaining.
as far as this hero goes. So unless you're experienced in it, unless you're playing it
5
quite a bit,
seconds remaining.
it might not be the easiest to pick up on. So perhaps that is one of the ultimate issues, but strong nonetheless.
Yeah, definitely. And again, I have to mention it does, both teams actually have access to the Huskar still. Pairs very well with Dazzle for obvious reasons, pairs very well with Oracle for obvious reasons. So that is something that we do need to look for.
Axe is still there as well.
Yeah, that's actually a hero that we haven't seen banned as much recently. It
Radiant
was getting
team
banned
back.
constantly, but did get nerfed again. The counter helix doing slightly less damage. Didn't seem like a big enough nerf to make it completely out of the meta, however. So
Yeah.
I'm a little surprised to see nobody picking it up.
I mean, going up against a Dazzle here at least definitely could be of that potential. Ancient Apparition, another hero you'd have to think when you see a strong heal on
10
either
seconds
side.
remaining. Pick.
Could most certainly be at least thought about.
Dire
And
team
not saying it's
pick.
going to be happening, because in this case it'd be a core Ancient Apparition right now, but get the point.
Spectre.
Okay.
Very early Spectre pick.
Yeah, no Eternal Envy anymore either.
No, but it's another miracle hero. Does have two very aggressive supports that can
10
kind of
seconds
body
remaining.
Test 123's heroes away from the Spectre so he can last it.
5 seconds
But I am
remaining.
curious to see whether he's going to be able to withstand the pressure from Elder Titan or not.
Yeah, that's the first thing that came to my mind as well. Elder Titan already seems pretty good against a hero like Spectre, but...
Can even find him in the trees with the spirit.
Oh, yeah. Running around, trying to dagger out.
But it is the dispersion is one way to deal with the Elder Titan removing all of that base armor, because it still does apply the damage reduction. So that's one consideration.
Okay. Beastmaster. We've seen a couple teams toying with this hero a little bit. We've seen the all-in push strategies with him as well, but honestly, just as a laner, you level up that Call the Wild and the
10 seconds remaining.
his passive. I'm blanking on the name right now, but
Inner Beast.
Inner Beast, that's what it is. Yeah, the attack speed R, you get that Necronomicon especially. He can do work, and the new vision you get from the Hawk and being the Invis Hawk itself. So I like it.
Yeah, it enables a lot of strategy. You can run Beastmaster as sort of like an enforcer that picks off split pushers, or you can just be the split pusher, or you can be the team pusher as well with aura items and then, you know, the early Necro 3 and a Vlad's or something like that.
It's back over to compLexity to their off lane.
Crystal Maiden.
I assume it's not going to be Crystal. Is this going to be a Core Dazzle then?
Yeah, we've seen Limp play the mid Dazzle before, so it must be that. I can't imagine that score a mid CM. So,
well, I mean, offlane Dazzle could still be a Death Dazzle.
That's also true.
Probably be more likely that than a mid Dazzle right now. I mean, maybe not though. It's we've seen the benefits of running a Core Dazzle in general. Though. It goes back to this bad juju, and the more items you get that take advantage of that cooldown reduction, he can go off the charts. You know, that Necronomicon, speaking of that item, comes to mind, of course, on him. So
yeah, they'll probably just wait and see what the matchups are and then decide. Just prioritizing having the hero on their side more so than anything else.
What do you think of the Crystal Maiden, though? Of course, her benefits, that the aura can be nice. I suppose the Frostbite's also okay against, like, the Beastmaster spawn, specifically the boar.
Yeah, I feel the hero, I mean, it's situationally strong, but it often does feel very weak. And I feel like having it, I feel like having it lane against the Elder Titan and Beastmaster is going to be really rough because both of them have the ability to close the gap on the CM with their movement speed slows or buffs. And CM is one of the slowest heroes in the game still.
And the anti-mage comes out.
All right.
Ritsu anti-mage.
A hero that can definitely outpace the Spectre and often get to that 6-slotted timing where the Spectre is still kind of working on its Manta Radiance timing and not really able to compete with the anti-mage's level of farm. So decent counter to the Spectre in that sense. The Spectre probably wins in the ultra late game. And also it's a hero that doesn't really care about the Tusk. He's not going to get trapped in. He can always blink out. Doesn't really care about the Dazzle. If it isn't indeed an offlane Dazzle, can just blink away anytime the poison touches on him as well.
I also wonder if that's almost like a preemptive pick in the sense of compLexity could have been going a mid hero to have that synergy with the R of Crystal Maiden, one that ideally has a decent sized mana pool as well. You know, something like that Storm Spirit. Storm this game might not have been the best, but at that point, you know,
yeah, definitely
it is there. I think so. Overall, a good pick for sure from test123.
Yeah, I agree.
Puck.
I feel like it's definitely going to be a little bit of a tougher game for Oracle, as Spectre should be able to jump the Oracle all the time and force out the early ultimate.
Dire team pick.
So we might not see those really sick saves, but
they ban OD themselves after Puck got taken away. So mid heroes for either side. The DK was also banned, so Lena, getting off the bat, comes to mind.
10 seconds remaining.
yeah, it's a CCNC hero.
5 seconds remaining.
Could we see the TA, the limp TA? I guess both even.
Radiant team pick.
Pugna. Pugna. Okay, that's definitely a CC&C hero specialty. And yeah, I mean, we definitely could see the Limp TA, maybe Limp Tiny. Tiny's good against Pugna. They definitely need a kind of up-tempo mid, I feel. I don't know if TA's... it's all right.
5 seconds remaining.
To bring back Anti-Mage, hunt him down. What was the thought there? Not as scared about his Anti-Mage counterspell either.
Yeah, I still think it could be a mid dazzle.
Yeah. So off lane, something else here. Then what would you prioritize as an off lane then if that's the case, right? So I guess Centaur is still there.
Yeah, anything aggressive that can help you, dive the Anti-Mage with the Tusk would make sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
They don't really have the best building hitters either. They have essentially no building damage at all on the side of complexity. So ending the game is going to be pretty difficult for them unless they address that here with this last pick.
Veno doesn't really do that, so kind of, but not really. Not ideal. And Tiny would help with that, so going back to him. And they're going to go down to the wire. Why not? They got that reserve time to use. I'm going to be surprised if they're in the same spot. If just not 100% sure which makes the most sense, but it will be a
Admiral Kunkka.
The Limp Kunkka.
Kunkka. So the building damage is still a bit concerning for complexity.
Yeah, it's pretty awful. They have pretty good team fight, but I mean, this Kunkka is going to have to do so much work. He's going to have to really, really lift heavy if this Spectre is going to find enough space to actually come online, because there's a Beast and a Pugna on the other side, and then the split push Anti-Mage. test123 is going to be able to just mow down buildings around like 15 to 20 minutes into this game.
And having that Oracle save, too, with the Anti-Mage. We saw what he did last game on the Faceless Void several times. Anti-Mage, of course, going to benefit from that as well. It's, yeah, I like test123's lineup across the board a little more for
10
sure.
seconds remaining.
How it all plays out together. But complexity, no doubt.
5
Good team.
seconds remaining.
The off-lane Dazzle, get that early Necronomicon, can start some momentum themselves. I'm really intrigued by this Crystal Maiden pick, too, though. I go back to that and trying to see what the true potential of the Crystal Maiden is going to be. Why they prioritized her as that fourth spot.
Something tells me it's just going to be potential feeding, but I could be wrong.
I would hope that's not why they drafted it.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably just drafting because he has the sickest cosmetic set I've seen on a CM in a long time.
Shiny. Definitely.
Very shiny.
A lot of glow going on to that one. Yeah, it is pretty cool, though. Not the best cosmetic game this time around. Neither side's really standing out too much, other than the Crystal Maiden. I guess the Spectre is pretty cool, too. I'll allow it. Again, the winner of this plays Team later on today in the winter finals. No team will qualify yet. There's only one team ultimately qualifying. We'll find that out tomorrow, where 3 more best-of-3s will take place here from the NA region. Right now, complexity trying to at least get a 3rd game out of this series. Well, that is going to be a tough lineup to stop, on top of course, the skill that we know they have. Draft is pretty good as well.
Prepare for battle.
Off the bat, 4 heroes going bottom for test123. Only one not with them is that Anti-Mage. No surprise there.
Straight to the bottom with you.
We saw the first blood last game from complexity, thanks to Juggernaut though with the Lich. So this time around, not nearly as scary in that level 1. If anything, it's test123 that's a little bit scarier.
Yeah, don't underestimate the power of this tag team on Tusk, however. He does skill that up first. Really, really strong level 1 ability, but CM, not the strongest level 1 hero, neither is Spectre, and CM is currently sitting under a Hawk.
Yeah, a little scary. She is going to start falling back, though. Trying to get that board close enough. If he gets the slow off, it's not going to be
30
enough.
seconds to
Look at Ritsu. He's just hanging out, looking to snipe this rune, it looks like.
Oh, yeah, Limp's hunting for him. It's like Limp knows. All these guys have played against each other plenty before. So they know what could be possible.
And Z-Freak makes the rotation all the way around to above the Dire bottom rune. Looking to grab that as well.
The battle begins.
Kunko will pick up this rune, so Ritsu unable to get it. He did get Blink first, but just going to simply attack Limp a couple times. Might as well get some damage in before he heads back to that top. But it was a 3-for-1 for compLexity. So a good start for them.
CCC going to win the block, however.
Z-Freak, is he going for a courier sniper or kill? Looks like just going to wrap around. Doing neither. Heading to the top lane, that's what he's doing.
I told you.
On a mission.
Curious to see how this offlane dazzle works against the anti-mage. I imagine it'll got fast movement speed. Should be pretty hard for Ritsu to actually try and trade with the intelligence core, especially with the Tusk as a backup.
Yeah, Dazzle choosing to get that Shadow Wave level 1, by the way, so no poison touch just yet. But yeah, anytime Ritsu's close to that wave, he's just going to heal it up and ideally push this tower, I suppose, as well. In fact, they're going in. Gitrack, target of choice. He has his Fortune's End. He's being creep blocked a bit. Not nearly enough damage, but Tusk, again, going the Ice Shard, doesn't have his tag team yet. So level 2 seems like we could possibly see a kill coming out from compLexity side the way they're playing so aggressive.
Yeah, definitely looking to just shove the wave. It looks like the poison touch doesn't have quite as much value against the likes of the Oracle and the anti-mage. Oracle with the disarm to stop the attacks from happening, and Ritsu, of course, being able to blink away whenever he wants to.
I can purge it off, too.
Yep.
There is that. So, actually makes more sense. Break it down. Obviously, we'll pick it up at level 2, but it's because you're not getting Shallow Grave at this point. Seems unnecessary right now. Pugna middle lane, one of the more annoying heroes to go up against for that Decrepify spam, which seems like he's been using a bit, but Limp's managing. He's 7-6 against the 7-3 Pugna. And Limp will pick up the regen rune. He's going to try to get some value out of it. Nice torrent. And he avoids getting auto attack to keep it up, so well played.
Yeah, little efficiencies are always really nice to watch between these high level players. CCNC, though, abusing Decrepify makes Limp's denial potential a lot worse than it would be against most heroes. But I expect we'll see, those 2 or 3 bracers come out, and that'll make Pugna's magic damage pretty lackluster against the Kunkka at the very least.
Spectre and Beastmaster are trading CS quite effectively. Right now, both doing very well. In fact, the top's in the game. So not nearly as much harassment going on, I suppose, up down there. It's just really all about that CS. In fact, over here you have Elder Titan and Crystal Maiden almost having their own game. They're farming the jungle against one another.
Yeah, you can actually see that the Radiant has blocked both camps so that Flea cannot stack them and then get the Astral Spirit charges. So very smart play by 343 here. Understanding that Elder Titan really does rely on those neutral creeps to be able to actually pressure the safe lane.
Denied.
Torrent middle lane, just harassing. Yeah, makes sense. Clever play. Crystal Maiden, no Frostbite yet. Of course, has a level 1 in the R and the Crystal Nova. Flea getting some nice plus damage there. Double damage, essentially, but Crystal Maiden a little too fast. I believe she got a speed buff. Actually, only 277. Never mind. I was like, wait, she got a speed buff, right? No, never mind. It's a little faster than expected there. Now, Limp is getting low in the middle. He has a salve, though, so he'll pop it soon. Yeah, it doesn't have mana for another blast. Very passive early game once again. Similar to last game, it was like 6 minutes into the game at least before we had our... I mean, there was the first kill before the creep spawn, but after that, the actual laning phase took a while.
Both teams trying to secure their lanes, and no real advantage in any of them, so to speak, so far. And as a result, yeah, we're going to see this sort of kind of status quo of the game at the moment while they do try to get that advantage before they feel comfortable making any rotations. Limp really cannot leave this mid lane, otherwise the tower just dies to Pugna.
Oh, Z-Freak goes down to the top lane. Kirak getting low as well. Went for the kill himself, but Oracle manages to stay alive. So again, takes a while. Nearly the 5-minute bounty runes coming out right after. And Kirak will pick up his own. Swing on the bottom lane now, those bounty runes. Incentivizing a little bit more action. Go figure, Merkel. He's good. Be fine at least, but
3-4-3, gonna run over and grab that last one. Make sure that they don't get 4-0'd in bounty runes, but
This'll come in handy.
Z-Freak did get the top one too.
oh, okay, gotcha.
Ends up being the 2 for 2. As he resurrected, TP'd in, picked it up. Test 1, 2, 3 gets the better so far of the hero kills. This middle matchup continues to be very even, though. Deny advantage, of course, favoring the Kunkka as top lane. Counterspell's not going to save him. Tag team on top, and at that point, they had the kill onto the anti-mage. Blink was not on, or was on cooldown, just coming off as we see in the death there.
That's pretty important kill. Anti-mage, not a hero that you'd expect to die to this lane.
Especially with Oracle, but again, Oracle will happen not to be there. He was busy rotating towards the middle. And smoking up even. He's going to wrap all the way around to the top lane.
Going on a warding mission, gets one down for Pugna here in the mid. Drops one to watch the shrine for rotations as well.
Purge comes in. So now they know Oracle's nearby, of course, but you mentioned a couple of wards going down at least from Kirak. Death, he's right now top net worth in this game as TP middle lane. Well, that'd be why. The ship came out. They were going for a play on a pug now, but he pops the invis rune and he gets away.
Yeah, 2 TPs actually.
Oh no.
3-4-3 also TP'd in.
CCNC is going for the kill himself. Limp just staying alive long enough with the stick. 3-4-3 mentioned here, but only having that Crystal Nova, they can't really do much about it. So Tubbs back to the top lane, snowballing in Ritsu. He's going to blink away. The snowball does connect, though. Death, realizing with that TP, they cannot commit further. CCNC is here now. Can they find him? It's a tough find. Those ice shards, extra difficult, and he gets away. It's not worth pursuing again. Or is it?
Z-Freak abusing the shard block. Put himself on the other side of the trees. Shouldn't go down here, although CCNC is still up here. He's wrapping around, looking for this kill.
Yeah, and now Death realizing that he is still here on Pugna and going for the last hit. Doesn't have Shallow Grave, and he will go down the drain life. Easy kill on him in the end. Kirak credit for Z-Freak. Is he fine? Fortune's End comes out. The root, another Nether Blast. Not enough damage. He needs one more auto attack. It's not going to be enough, though. The Purifying Flames start healing him up even, and Tusk will survive.
Dire's middle tower.
Very close call there.
Leaves a good amount of pressure, though, on the anti-mage. So, solid rotation by CCNC. And it's kind of the difference between the two mid laners. This mid tower, not even at half health, despite CCNC being gone from the lane for the last 2.5 minutes. Flea rotates in, gets a couple last hits and levels. Limp, however, has been uncontested for the last 2 or 3 minutes and is now level 8. May look for him to rotate around with this haste rune and level 4 Tidebringer. Yep, heading to the top.
There he goes on his own mission. Catch the anti-mage would be big. There's a Fortune's End already coming out from Kirak as Tusk has jumped in first, but that tag team Fate's Edict is not going to save against plenty of physical damage from them. The Torrent used, they still want Ritsu with Limp coming.
They found him.
They found him with the shards. Oh, Miracle's going to join the party as well. Counterspell activated. That is not saving him, though. No blink cooldown in time, and Ritsu is dead as well. So the commitment pays off. Now, Spectre is up here. However, he has a TP. He doesn't have mana. He'll just push the tier 1 with the team.
Yeah, good rotation. Good use of the first haunt. A little bit heavier commitment than they wanted to, but they're totally fine with this. Limp TPing to the bottom lane.
Tusk the save right there to crep on a Crystal Maiden. Primal Roar going to be activated on him. Torrent does not hit. X going to bring back the Pugna. However, Crystal Maiden dies. Lawless using that forward to his full advantage. It is level 4. It does plenty. Z-Freak, the shard block on the wrong side. He gets taken out. Kunkka, another X in 6 more seconds. Does have that torrent. With Oracle here now, though, that could be dangerous.
They're diving him.
Kunkka, the one being dove on. Lilith, no wild axes, remember. We're seeing this build on these Beastmasters. They pass it up early. And Beastmaster, is he running too far? I guess Elder Titan's here as well. Crystal Maiden slowing down Flea, but the X pullback, but Limp just wants to live. He doesn't want to fight this anymore. It's too chaotic. Dazzle?
Yeah.
He's still in trouble down here. He does level up his Shallow Grave. Yeah, they're still running around. I mean, this fight's going on forever. In fact, another blast. There's that Shallow Grave at the last second from Death. So he will stay alive for the time being, trying to bait them in. The Hawk, they know it's there. With the Sentry, this is lasting forever, yet nobody's dying throughout.
Both teams have pretty decent sustain. CCNC will pressure this tower, however. And we have Anti-Mage and Spectre just duking out in the top lane for the farm. Spectre currently winning the battle, but Anti-Mage trading back with the Mono Break.
See a Freak. Purifying Flames, not going to kill him. Healing on up. Elder Titan, Fate's Edict. Doesn't save him.
Straight to the bottom.
Yeah, that burst from the level 3 Shadow Wave is very, very strong at this stage of the game. Ultimately, compLexity says, all right, well, if you're going to bring 4, we're going to bring 4. And we're just going to run at you until you leave the lane.
Might as well. Get that reaction on test 1, 2, 3. Hawk goes down. Flats finished on Beastmaster. Has the aura for the team to fight. compLexity just cutting the creep wave. Pushing that tier 1. Test 1 to 3 definitely doesn't want to give this up for free, though. They have 3 heroes here. Elder Titan included.
They'll definitely contest CCNC getting the mid tower at the moment. Takes it down to half health in a short period of time.
Bomber Roar, they catch Kunkka. Dazzle nearby, though. He has that Grave, has Necronomica level 1 as well. Heal Bomb comes out. Limp going to be saved by the Shallow Grave. Not nice really, to be fair, as the rum is drank. However, he does stay alive, and they turn on the Beastmaster. They're pursuing more. Haunt in from Spectre. Going to catch up to the Elder Titan. He's dead. Or that's the Oracle, excuse me. Elder Titan being chased. A little too fast, though. The Astral Spirit. He gets away. And Dazzle close enough. And with that Necronomicon already, the bad Juju level 1, the spam began.
They're going to help with their tower pushing a little bit. However, at the same time, they do lose mid tier 1 to CCNC's solo Pugna, and Anti-Mage is just solo farming the top lane. So while compLexity is getting the better of these trades because they're bringing more numbers, they're also losing out in the experience game.
Speaking of that, levels in the game. Right now, Pugna up there at level 9 with the Spectre and the Kunkka. However, I mentioned Anti-Mage catching up. Battle Fury queued up, of course, and sitting on that Ring of the Health currently, but give it another 5 minutes or so. Should be able to pick that up. Pugna that was interesting. He TPs away to the shrine as Elder Titan comes in. So not necessarily on the same page, I suppose, or maybe he was just using that to get out of there.
Yeah, he was kind of surrounded. His Tusk just walked behind the tower.
Okay.
Definitely going to try and keep this tower up if they can, but not going to hard commit for it. They're not really ready to take. They'd much rather play the split pushy style. And now the map is opening up as both mid towers are taken. This constant Necro book is pretty silly.
Yeah, interesting play by compLexity. They ran uphill right here and they smoked. There is a ward here, though, that definitely spotted them. I saw the pings. They scan it as well. They know this smoke play is coming. Now, will they react to defend and actually fight into it or just run? It looks like Oracle's going to bait it out. He doesn't have False Promise yet. Okay, so I guess that was the plan. And just simply catch it.
CCNC is going to get found by this dagger. He does not have TP.
He's in trouble. He's going to channel that Drain Life, but that's a lost cause.
Pretty awkward.
I would say
he definitely knew they were coming.
Yeah, I mean, 100%, the ward and the scan.
I think he was not expecting that glyph to be up again, but having killed the other mid tower, the glyph had refreshed on the bottom tower. And as a result, that last blast, which would have canceled or not allowed Miracle to TP in, meant that he got found and punished.
Shard not going to block, but Flea
gets the X.
Edict helping out a little bit. Nice stop there on the Echo Stomp. At the freezing field, he is too slow. Eventually going to be bursted down, or will he? The Drain Life keeps him alive. The Shard's not enough, and Flea stays alive. Oracle and Pugna using everything they could to keep him alive, and that they do. Even without False Promise, Oracle still does work.
Mask of Madness picked up by Miracle on this Spectre, so looking for the fights. He's going to go Mask of Madness into Mantis style, not looking to go that Radiance farming build. May pick that up as sort of like a 5th or 6th item, but looking to contribute to his team and really help brawl it out in this early to mid game, which is when a lot of these games seem to be getting decided.
Yeah, very interesting. But I really like this. You know, for so long we were seeing these whole, farm the Radiance early on, just be very slow Spectre builds, and it can work out, but then there's those games where he's just useless with the early haunts, and then eventually just too slow. Point is, yeah, much faster build. That haunt is such a good tool to take advantage of, and an item like Mask of Madness absolutely gives him more potential to take advantage of it. So, the aggressive play
also helps with the farming. Radiance is kind of a farming tool, but so is Mask of Madness.
Speaking of it, he's going to use it down here. They kill Crystal Maiden, but it might come at a cost. CCNC on the run. Oracle, he decides to save himself for the time being. Not going to save Pugna, though. And Pugna, he's dead. Again, Oracle's still not level 6. That's a bit concerning. 16 minutes into the game. He's one creep away now, but no false promises yet. Hey, he's level 5. Next closest is level 8.
He's just been spending all his time running from one fight to the next, trying to keep his team alive, and as a result, he's not been collecting very many experience points. Even now, looking to go warding, still not able to find that last little bit of experience. He should soak it from this creep wave here, but he's walking away. He's going to go place his ward.
Anti-Mage almost there with the Battle Fury. Instead, but yeah, Oracle on that warding mission again. He's going to get it down. There's a double damage near the Roshan pit, by the way. We'll see if that comes into play here. One more minute before it turns into something else, potentially. Or just despawned. Lilith, TP, any stopper? Yes. Frostbite comes in, and Lilith is dead. Find Shadowblade purchased right after that from Kunkka.
I do like these preemptive wards that were placed by Kitrek. Just going to allow the anti-mage to continue split pushing this top. And give him very good vision to be able to play around. But going back to the Mask of Madness on Spectre into the Mantis style, we may even see him just go for an Abyssal Blade afterwards, which will allow him to pick off these split pushing heroes like the Pugna, like the anti-mage, and the Beastmaster as well. Curious to see what he opts.
Yeah. Flea trying to go for that Echo Stomp stun once again, but multiple times now I see it keep getting stopped as he's channeling it up. So another good gank from compLexity, making use of the Shadow Blade at least as well, and Kunkka trying to. Going to the jungle, CCNC though, he obviously knows they're in the area, just like we said before, and this time though he's going to play a bit more safe. Although Kunkka wrapping around. As the ship, out it comes. Kitrek, false promise though. Perfect timing. Happened to be right there. I assume it's going to save him in the end. Prime reward to stop the freezing field as well. They're going to turn on the Crystal Maiden. Spectre thinking about going in. He still has his haunt, by the way. And yeah, Lilith back to full life. Hooded Defiance also helping. Anti-Mage, of course, not here. He's busy farming away with that Battle Fury finished. So compLexity continues to want to try to take advantage of that, but we finally see that false promise. He hits level 6, and go figure, it's the first time they're able to stop a heavy gank there.
Yeah, and one interesting thing to note is that Flea has maxed out the aura first. Probably just because he couldn't get the stacks on the creeps, so he has to go a different build, figuring that Astral Spirit not as valuable at the moment.
That does mean, though, when it comes to team fights, damage around him is going to be pretty intense.
It does. Definitely need to keep an eye on the burst. We might see CCNC go for this early Dagon build. He's going for the Glimmer Cape first, which we've seen him do before. Magic resistance really good on the hero, and just a little escape in case they don't have any detection.
It also helps for channeling that drain life effectively. Yeah, nice tool. Power treads delivered to anti-mage. See his farm continues, but Limp he's in the Roshan pit. Are they really? They are planning to do this with Dazzle. Okay, they already got some good damage. Necro 3 and a Medallion.
Yeah.
That is pretty nice.
Stomp. Gonna delay it.
Double damage though. Look at that. I mean, they definitely have it. They're gonna get a double damage right after. As Merkel does pick up the Aegis, double damage on Kunkka with that Shadow Blade. So gonna find someone. So it's that quiet game though, as is usual from the team of the anti-mage, where yes, they continue to be behind a bit, 4,000 net worth lead now. However, the AM really picking it up ever since the Battle Fury. Soon the Manta to come.
I'm just playing on the Radiant side of the map. Although Radiant does have this ward here in their jungle near their shrine, which is going to allow them to catch the AM.
Blink. He is able to get it off. That was close. Meanwhile, they're also chasing Oracle. Spectre, though, he wants the kill on AM. It's not going to happen. He blinks away. He gets back to base even with the TP. So Oracle also TPs out as well. So they end up getting nobody. I mean, they had a free kill on Oracle if they wanted it. They just really wanted the AM.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Spending a hot for that is pretty big. They do have the Aegis though, so they're going to push down this tier 2. Yeah, this Necrobook Dazzle really doing work as far as securing these buildings, which is something that we were a little bit worried about early on.
Middle tower has fallen.
That's true. That's 5 tower kills.
Are fortified.
Yeah, good job there from the AM. Nice fortification though in response. He's going to continue to blink though. He is level 15 now, has that cast range on the blink even.
Yeah, they're definitely hunting. Limp immediately TP'd to the shrine, anticipating this move by Ritsu. Ritsu anticipating the move by Limp.
Yeah, so close.
Got some serious mind games going on, trying to find the same edge.
Just love to see that, man. It's what makes these
This
guys
ward
top
over
tier
here.
players. Oh yeah, it's easy Oracle for sure. Can he get close enough? Oh, he went for it.
Double damage.
Cancels.
There we go. Yeah, he's going
have the double damage.
beat Edict though. And he got a Glimmer from the Pugna. They're turning. The Earth Splitter pulls him in. The Mana Void couldn't do nothing though. He had full mana still essentially. However, Anti-Mage does finish off.
Counterspell's going to pull them all into Tusk.
Oh, that's awkward. Yeah, that counterspell. That was, uh-oh. That backfires. They lose the Oracle. And now Flea, he's going to be thrown up with a Walrus Punch. He's dead too. No Echo Stomp as a result. That was...
Oh, no.
I had to really... I'm so glad you caught that because it's like, wait, what are we seeing right now?
Dark light.
The counterspell reflected the snowball.
And then he pulled in everybody. He didn't have to do. Went for the aggressive play, and man, that fight started off really well with that Earth Splitter, almost killing the Kunkka and the CM, but ended up with no kills, just trading the Elder Titan's life.
Wait, they killed CM, right?
Dire's bottom
They did kill
tower
CM,
is under
yeah.
attack.
I was
Okay.
going to say, I'm pretty sure she
Radiant's
at least
middle
died.
tower is under
That would have been
attack.
crazy if
Dire's
she lived
bottom
too. But yeah, I
tower
mean,
has
obviously
fallen.
that's still very good for complexity considering how that was looking. Spectre Diffusal Blade's almost finished now, so top lane though, Beastmaster. Hunt activated for this from Aurora.
Oh my god.
And Beastmaster's going to live. He is a beefy target that Vlad's offering, doing work as well as the pipe. Still going to catch with Z-Freak. Walrus Punch throws him up, wants this kill. Tag team, that should secure it.
That was an insane skill, actually.
Yeah. Which one?
But
Tag
during
team?
that time, Ritsu was fighting a single Spectre illusion, and the illusion almost killed him while he was farming a creep wave.
Dire's middle tower
That's
is
not a
under
good sign.
attack.
Also not a good sign for Test123 as their base is being pushed. And Anti-Mage still is not really the most comfortable to fight. He's going to have a Manta style at
Dire's
least.
middle tower is under
Gonna cut the
attack.
wave here. All they have to do is just blast us down a couple times by CCNC. Clears out the melee necro creep, but they have to be very careful of their positioning here.
Freak jumping in, distracting. Another ward's down from Pugna. It's been down for a little bit. 10 more seconds. If they can save the Rex, and it looks like they're going to, Aegis, it's going to be reclaimed in about 30 seconds. So yeah, that was compLexity's chance right there to at least get a Rex kill with the Aegis. They are unable to do so. The backdoor kicks in. So Ritsu, he's had the heads up this game. Cut in the creep wave. And he's going to Lincoln. So he's going to have a counterspell activation as well as Lincoln's on top of that for this game.
He really just doesn't want to get caught by that X. It's really the only way that he dies. That's a
Bounty.
Makes sense.
pretty good call. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like if an anti-mage can't be killed, then he's probably going to win the game. Because he can farm wherever he wants, whenever he wants. But until he has that, he does need to be a little careful. Oh my god.
As you say that, he nearly dies. However, the false promise somehow close enough. Promaror also on a Spectre. Are they really looking to turn this, though? Anti-Mage, he's still in a pretty dire situation. He is going to survive, it looks like. The heals are enough. Now, Torrent throws up Beastmaster. He's in a bad spot. Too far forward. Those are Wild Axes. Mega kill streak, though, for Limp as a result. Facing the Kinrek. That ain't working. He goes down, too. I suppose they save the Anti-Mage in the end. They still get 2 kills out of it, though, does compLexity, and they want more. Flea.
That's Solar Crest. He almost got 3-shot by the Spectre.
That's what that was. Jeez.
Shadow wave.
Yeah, something just helps him drop in life quite a bit. I don't know if the Lincolns is really going to help against that. But, yes, it does help against the X, as you pointed out, which is key.
His Dazzle's net worth is out of control right now.
He doesn't have it yet, though. Again, a counter spell. Ooh, clutch timing.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
compLexity doing a very good job just hunting this
has been
life
killed.
miserable.
Dire's top
Ritsu.
shrine is under attack.
Doing a good job avoiding these ganks, but he's not putting on the most pressure. It seemed like he could have potentially been hitting that tier 3 while they were pushing mid, but opted to just kind of do the cutting wave and split pushing 2 lanes to keep the creep waves out. You can see him playing super defensively here. Not comfortable actually just blatantly hitting towers at the moment. And just immediate TP by 343. Continuing to try and hunt.
Courier has been killed.
Nice courier kill from Anti-Mage right there. He blinks right over to Crystal Maiden, though. Counter spell, not in time. He gets Frostbite, but he's trying to TP out
Caught
more.
again.
He is caught, however. They do collapse onto him, so a courier kill, not worth it for his life, and he has no buyback. He just finished the Lincolns.
Really excellent positioning by compLexity. They just had everybody in the perfect spot to make sure he had no escape routes at all.
Even with that extra range blink and the blink cooldown now, unable to get away. That is a very impressive catch, no doubt, from compLexity. But still not over yet by any means. CCNC, however, if he dies, that's going to be dangerous. False promise. Thrown up from Oracle, so again, keeping him alive. Let's stall this.
Bird splitter.
Good caught. Not really a big deal. Drain life on a Crystal Maiden. Out of range, though. And if they can hold 25 more seconds.
And the spam is real.
Yeah, the counter push is insane here. From
It's really strong. The Beastmaster, the ET, the Pugna, the Ward.
Dire's
And,
bottom shrine is under
you know,
attack.
we gave the Dazzle credit for fixing the tower pushing lack that compLexity had, but when it comes to going high ground, those Necrobook units are going to get taken out. And after that, way more difficult to actually take down these barracks.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
yeah, that will continue to be compLexity's problem. Absolutely. Pick that up in the draft, and that is test 123's win
Dire's
condition.
bottom
Basically,
shrine has
hold off
fallen.
this game long enough. Let your Anti-Mage get 25, get fully farmed, and do his job. And with the lack of push from compLexity, it is very possible Spectre is going to run right into Anti-Mage, so he'll just blink away. Of course, I'm not looking to pick a fight right now at this point. You talked about Spectre, what he could potentially go. He went to Fusel first, but he is going to go the Abyssal Blade. Makes sense how this game's playing out here.
Yeah, really good at just picking off a target immediately at the beginning of a fight, or finding the split pushing anti-mage in the trees, just being able to abyssal them down, burn them out with the Diffusal Blade. 1 bash plus the Desolate means that anybody he jumps on is probably dead.
Kunkka has his 10-second BKB now picked up. And there's Dazzle, who's working aggression there. Lotus Orb, I suppose. That's what we're going to see. He doesn't even have upgraded boots yet. He's still in the brown boots.
I mean, he's 412 movement speed. He doesn't need one. He's got the archers constantly out giving him the movement speed.
Tower is under attack.
Dire team trying to find some kind of an initiation, an angle here as 3 heroes were kind of flanking, but not the case. Anti-Mage with that Linken's, though. Seems like he's a little more willing to try to engage again. He never finished the Manta style, just has the Yasha currently. Oh!
Yep, going for that next. He's going to go right into them. Linken's is popped.
Yeah, that was a risky move, but between Linken's and Counterspell, it is tough to catch now, as we pointed out. And that's actually a nice cue for him. It's when the Linken's gets popped, as long as he's just fast enough to press E, he really should be fine.
Yeah. Should be really hard for him to get caught now. It's already proven to be quite the task. compLexity's been doing a very good job of it, but I think that Anti-Mage is going to continue to just really pressure in this bottom lane. They are going for Roche. They will be able to respond to the split push, because they're going to get this really fast with that Solar Crest. But tier 3 taking some damage.
It is. So compLexity has that decision to make. To react off of this, Miracle does pick up the Aegis. He's TPing immediately. As is Haunt. Basher completed as well. So compLexity is running over from the Roshan pit. They can cut somebody off here. Anti-Mage going to cut the creep wave mid, or try to. Yeah, he's going to cut that creep wave.
Yeah, this is going to be so annoying to deal with.
Pugna's caught. Woo! Damage. And Miracle picks up Oracle in the meantime. That's 2 heroes dead just like that. It's going to be a third.
The bash. But they have no creeps. They have no creeps.
Yeah, look at this. He's cutting way back here. So
they cannot kill any building.
Yeah. I mean, they're going in for
to kill heroes.
All right, just dive tier 4 to kill heroes, guys. That's our strategy. We can't kill buildings. Damn it, we'll kill something. All right. Well, I mean, that's 4 heroes dead. But I don't even know why Spectre's trying. Like,
yeah,
it's not going to work.
I feel like you have to go address what's going on with your base, and maybe they're just hoping that this top creep wave is going to get there in time. But I feel like this Anti-Mage is going to just take your tier 3 and bottom racks by the time you're able to actually push high ground.
Yeah.
No glyph. They already used it in the last one. Yeah, so Limp's going to have to TP back, and that means that compLexity is going to have to back off. Otherwise, they're going to take a bad fight.
This is getting to... I've never seen an 11,000 net worth lead look so grim for a team. it really is something.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it that grim, just because, I mean, how do they actually... How does test123 actually take a fight?
Well, we're
like,
seeing
they
one
cannot
right here.
Fight.
Anti-Mage in the back lines, have a Glimmer Cape on a Crystal Maiden, so should be
he's
fine.
He's just going to go back to cutting his waves. He knows that they actually cannot win fights right now.
Kirak, he's going to live. He barely lives. No, the chase is real. They get the kill. They do take out Pugna again, so...
This top wave is going to be an issue, though. They're going to try and trade.
Okay.
But oh wow, they're just going to go for... Are they going to go for wars? What is happening?
They're just doing it again. They're killing it. Oh, Anti-Mage.
He cuts the wave. He has Linken still. Yeah, they have no creeps. This is unbelievable creep manipulation by Ritsu. There's a specific area. It's like right about where the stairs are for the high ground on both the bottom and top lane, where the creeps need to be at before backdoor is removed. And he just cut the creep wave like right before backdoor is removed. So he's single-handedly keeping them in this game right now.
As long as he keeps doing that, and you know what? It's the talents that are allowing him to do that. Specifically, that level 20 talent, a 2.5 second minus cooldown, makes it 3.5 seconds. I'm telling you.
Yeah, and they literally cannot catch him with this Linken Sphere.
Okay, they are going to get a middle push, though. Creep wave finally does come. He wasn't able to cut this creep wave, so they're going to pop fortification. They need to get the creep wave. However, this Rex is getting low, and Anti-Mage doing what he can to push in that middle lane himself. They are finally going to lose the melee Rex, though. So it takes a lot of effort, but they do it. You see Anti-Mage, he hits level 25. No surprise to see him the first level 25 in the game. Does get the counterspell plus 25%, so he's at 70% magic resistance now. And he's going to have a butterfly too, but now they're going bottom.
Another creep wave bottom, yeah. So he's been focusing so much on this top side that the other creep waves have been able to push in. And that could bode disastrous for test321.
It was working out so well, but I suppose inevitably it was just bound to break through, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. Now he is split pushing that top lane. Flea does go down. Limp ports in though. He's going to kill tier 3. There's the counter spell. Back to the bottom. Melee Rax still has about half life. Anti-Mage going to the bottom now. Limp is trying to chase him. It's not easy though. We know this. He has Linkens. He has counterspell. He avoids Torrent. Limp can't stop him.
No.
He can't stop him by himself. And if they stop TPs over here, I mean, they're still fighting at the bottom lane. The Melee Rax is still alive. Pugna, he gets frostbitten. He's in trouble. The Fates Edict saved the Echo Stop, and he's going to stay alive for the time being. They're going back in. 3-4-3. Earth Splitter connects on him. The Shallow Cave will keep alive a little bit longer, maybe in the long run. Z-Freak, Walrus Punch on a Flea. Flea, another Echo Stop's coming, though. It hits too. Proper Roar as well. Onto both the Spectre and the Tusk. Again, the Melee Rax still alive. That Lotus Orb.
Forced out the Glyph. Limp is TPing in. They're just going to try and take this fight.
They say we got to do something. You know, without Limp here, losing a lot on that team fight presence. But now he's back in. He's got that ship ready to go. Haunt activated. Merkel, he's chasing in the face. Buyback from Orko, so they lose the Melee Rax finally. CCC. He's in trouble. Face Eater could have saved him. Back to the top lane, though. Yeah, going for the Melee Rax. 3-for-3. Obviously, he can't stop him by himself. Back over here, they did kill Pugna, who has his buyback still.
Now they're all back. They're going to try and catch Ritsu here. And he gets out.
He actually gets out. So he got both Melee Racks at the top and the bottom. So he basically equalized that. After the middle and bottom were taken out. Now, of course, the rain tracks are still alive. But considering... Oh! He's going to stop death.
He needs to be careful here. Limp's TPing in.
How worth this is it to go for the kill? Uh-oh, Shallow Grave. Yeah, Ritsu. Okay, Limp wasn't able to get in.
This is some crazy stuff right now.
It's a different game, for sure. We do not see many games like this. And Anti-Mage... Like you call it, the creep manipulation is the absolute key, and right there, then the split push.
This has got to be just anxiety, the video game for everybody involved.
Yeah.
Like one mistake by Ritsu and the game's over. Uh-oh.
Like that. Did he go too far? Snowball in. Blink away though. Nope, he's good.
Snowball still chasing. Dagger as well. Needs to get to this bottom wave. They need to somehow kill this mid wave and the top wave. I don't think they're going to be able to do this in time. One set of racks. They're going to force Ritsu to come back and fight. He doesn't have a basher yet.
Does he have? Oh, yeah, he's working on the basher. All right, top lane. Obviously, you can't give him mega creeps. Ritsu's thinking about jumping in. He's waiting for the right plays. Pops that counter spell. Blinks in. He finds 3-4-3. Wants to explode. Mana Void. Not going to happen. The Glimmer Cape. He gets bashed up. He's in trouble. Big time the ship. There's that false promise, though. It will save him in the end. Promer Roar. Who do they catch up here? Looks like it's Tusk. Tusk with a snowball delaying the inevitable. They get the kill on Oracle. They also catch up to the Beastmaster. So Tusk stays alive. Lullis, Decrepify, not going to save him. That Nether Ward is doing plenty. 3-4-3. Chandeliers on Freezing Field back there, but by now, test321 has fallen back. Can they kill the Rax? There's the Mana Void. Only hit the Tusk. It does take him out, though. Anti-Mage going back in. Another counterspell use. And he's going in further. He's chasing after the Dazzle. Not much mana left. Merkel. Decrep on him. He is disarmed. Yeah. Ritsu chasing. Drain life.
No Aegis.
Gets the counter bash, but no Aegis. That is going to be killing Spectre. So they save both the Racks at the top lane. I would call that for sure a 1-5 for test321 right now. Now Death.
Well, they're going to catch Dazzle too.
Very likely. Mana Void not ready. He doesn't need it though. Get the bash proc. Shallow Grave. And there's no way he gets out of this though. He has a Lotus Orb even. Triple kill for Ritsu. This Anti-Mage, it continues to be all on him. And I mean, it is a team effort too in the sense of holding as much as they can. So not to say it's just the AM, but that's obviously the strategy there.
Yeah, there's a double damage bottom. Limp gonna pick this up. He does have the Daedalus. Oh, he's gonna torrent. Ritsu grabs the DD though. This is actually pretty scary. I mean, DDAM, if he's able to take this third melee racks in the mid lane,
Radiant's middle tower is under Radiant's middle
he's
tower.
going to force out these buybacks. Roche not respawning for a bit here.
Yeah, and that's pretty key for complexity. If Roshan was a fast respawn, I think test123 goes for a quick Roshan. And that would have been something. They have the Hawk sitting there. They're pinging it out. They're like, please spawn, but it's not going to happen for another minute 30. It's a fairly long respawn for them. So a bit of a thankful thing.
Fingers crossed, hoping for it to be there.
Yeah. There's Radiant scanning now. They may think, but the Archer goes in and it's going to realize. And it's not happening. That's important. If they just scanned right there and then would kind of go for an all-in defense, that would have been something, but obviously not the case. He has an Abyssal now on Ritsu. Spectre 25, almost there as well.
Dire are scanning.
test123 doing a really, really fantastic job keeping these waves out as far as possible from their base. Doing it all game. complexity's been doing a good job of counterplaying that, but I mean, again, they still cannot hit buildings right now, even if they win a fight.
Yeah, that's...
Ritsu going to cut this mid wave. This last wave right here with the two catapults needs to go down.
Elder Titan may die. Spectre.
He's going to clear this.
Haunts it up. He clears that creep I was mentioning, and they're just going all back to the fountain. The false promise used on Beastmaster. They're going to kill Elder Titan.
Yeah,
he's
they
up for
can't
90,
do anything.
but exactly.
They have no creeps.
Backdoor in play. As Ritsu pushes. And he can go bottom if he wanted to, but there's already TPs from complexity, so he'll TP himself. There is a ward here, yeah.
They immediately smoke up, but so that smoke was scouted. This is definitely an opportunity for complexity to hold high ground, make a play here. They know this is happening.
This Archer, though, it's going to give away. Ritsu's like, what do I do? He's going in.
Forward.
Oh, man, that's... they killed Dazzle. 100 seconds, no buyback.
Big. Miracle has no mana.
He's in a bad spot. 343 also goes down.
Nope.
Promaror catches up to Tusk. test123's doing it. Seafreak's going to die. And that means Roshan for sure.
You die before your time.
On either one, no buyback. Yeah, both are staying dead.
How many people watching are going to go play anti immediately after this game?
I'm not queuing up for a while.
There's one game to watch that proves that you can solo carry games. It's probably this one. But unbelievable play by test123 with this, just knowing exactly where the backdoor protection ends and keeping the creeps away from that.
It is a little bit of a mix as we keep on stressing. I think the lack of tower damage continues to show for complexity. So if they had a much more aggressive hero or two that was better at hitting buildings, you know, this may not be happening because they've had a couple of windows. It would be different, but still, very impressive, no doubt, taking full advantage of this. And Ritsu, obviously a god at this point. He's just going to jump in. No chance to survive there. Spectre gets stunned up. He has the Aegis, though.
He's just ignoring the heroes, just going straight for the buildings.
Well, now he's going for the hero. Limp's dead.
Dead.
Daedalus ain't going to matter.
What can they do?
I mean, that might be it for test123. Just pushing for the victory right here. Now comes our fortification. You see Spectre. He's trying to chase the supporting cast, but now they're like, this is our chance. 4 versus 1. Spectre cannot win that. And Spectre's trying to run. Primer locked him down. He's dead. He buys back immediately. Anti-Mage gets out. There's the haunt. Lelis just popped his refresher, by the way.
Going for the buildings.
Still has it. You mentioned going for the
buildings.
Bashed. Tanking up against Miracle.
More racks. He's just going to TP.
Half-life, but he blinks forward, and yeah.
Seafreak trying. It's like, no. Protect the racks.
Still has the Aegis. The counter spell. Here comes the counter snowball. Seen it before. This time it works out a little better. He's just going right for it. Ritsu just cares about objectives. It's objective gaming this time around. test123 is doing it. They're taking out complexity. They get the mega creeps. It's not 100% just yet, but are you kidding me? The first team to get mega creeps is test123. And you just see that net worth lead too, obviously, if you really needed another way to determine that they're in the lead here.
Anti-Mage Gaming right there.
I said earlier, I never felt so. I guess grim was maybe an over-the-top word, but just so unsecure.
Yeah,
As
the fact that they couldn't kill buildings, man, it really, really hurt them.
Freezing field. The support is there, though, and the Mana Void destroys 343 Beastmaster. Getting low, however, so this fight is so far going okay for compLexity. They're picking up the supporting cats. Obviously, they're focusing everyone else, but the anti-mage to take out Beastmaster. Now, Ritsu, he just melts right there.
You need to be careful.
Can he blink? He has Lincolns. He should be able to.
Because they can still run down mid and potentially end this game, but...
Yeah. He has a buyback as well.
They don't really take buildings that fast, so it's pretty hard for them to actually outrace an anti-mage.
Yeah.
He gets the moon shard, gets bots too.
Thou seest me not.
The game's not over, but man, 652 CS for
Radiant's
Ritsu.
bottom shrine is
Taking out
under
this bottom shrine as well.
Go per minute, 916 GPM for him.
Radiant's
On
bottom
the anti-mage.
shrine has fallen.
Just a really insane performance.
Yeah. Trying to move on to the winter finals. Again, they're up 1-0 in this best of 3 as test123. They're trying to move on to the winter finals. compLexity attempted to force a third game, and for a while there was looking like it's very possible, but an anti-mage came online. Obviously, he has played it very well. I haven't even really looked at the other heroes on the Dire team for good reason,
To be honest, I've just been watching the AMs moving across the map for the last like 20 minutes.
It's a Dagon level 5 though on Pugna, so he's got that crazy heavy burst. We talked about with the Elder Titan especially, if he has that Astral Spirit down. So regen rune up here. Anti-mage definitely hoping at least for a double damage, perhaps like an illusion rune, but not the case. Oh, trying to find Tusk, that was close. Almost ran him down.
Dire are scanning.
I'm telling you, man, the Octarine Core. Spam counterspell.
On the anti-mage.
Spam that counterspell. Future.
Ritsu opts for the better option, goes for a heart.
Alright. Oh, he's on the uphill. They put a ward down right as he blinks away. He's farming the Ancient, but now they catch him initially. There goes a counterspell. He blinks away. Elder Titan is definitely caught, though. So one dead, has a buyback, of course.
Mage going for the base. There's a bunch of mega creeps in it.
Yeah, he just keeps on going for the objective. Says, all right, half my teammates. I'm fine with that. No, not going to commit, though. A little too scary. He will find Crystal Maiden, even, on the way back.
The scales balanced.
And did her gem draw? Oh, she was pinging it. Not sure if any gem is on the ground anywhere, but
there is one.
There is one over here, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, this is a nightmare of a game if you're a support player. It's like trying to stem the bleeding in every single lane.
He's top. 7,100 gold saved up. Gonna go buy a heart. Oh, never mind. MKB. Or does he go Divine Rapier? Do it. Do it.
Miracle has a Battle Fury queued up. He's trying to deal with these mega creeps. Man, I really feel like he had the tools to deal with this anti-mage early on, but they never really want to try and catch him. Ritsu just really outmaneuvering the entire team of compLexity. Been the story of this game.
Tusk picking up in Heaven's Halberd. He also has the Necronomicon himself, level 1, by the way. We're just going to push with the team. Talking about lack of building damage, so that's very, yet again, very evident there. Building items like Necro on your Tusk. Trying to help.
Yeah, they don't want to go to the lower bracket, that's for sure. And they do have tools to hold out for a long time. Rapier is on limp.
Oh, wow, he actually got it. Okay.
So one big crit really could change the difference here. Ritsu only has 2,000 HP until he picks up this heart.
Yeah, did he finish the MQB? Or did he change his mind again? He's just going to sit with a Demon Edge. Interesting. Yeah, I wonder if he saw the Divine Rapier and that's what really changed his mind.
Yeah, very possible.
Just thinking about it, and then he sees that. It's like, oh, yeah, I better commit to that now. Over here. Oracle almost dies. Spectre trying to finish it. False Promise comes out, though. Kirak.
Ritsu's in the bottom lane.
Yeah, Kirak's dead, but the distraction, that's exactly what they need. Tier 4 tower taking a lot of damage. He will get out, though, in time, as there are TPs, so he gets it about half-life.
He's just unkillable with the Counterspell and Lincolns together.
Mm-hmm. A Necro level 3 on Tusk. But getting to the base now seems near impossible for compLexity. As all 3 are lanes, it's almost like Tinker status, just being pushed in. Non-stop. There's a double damage up here, but it's going to be destroyed.
Tis mine.
He's thinking about it. He's canceling. Yeah, he's going to just get rid of it. Not risky.
Yeah, the issue is, like, how does test123? Because none of their other heroes are strong at all. Like, that's been the case for this entire game. Is 4 heroes are extremely weak against compLexity, and then there's the anti-mage who's unkillable. And somehow they need to figure out a way to get compLexity out of the base, because I don't think they can ever win a team fight 5-on-5.
Oh, Roshan. You got to figure Roshan's going to be a big part of that.
Yeah, that'll definitely be part of it.
See, minute 40 before it does respawn. As we see, they keep checking, and they don't have that same information we do have. Tusk pinging out the anti-mage. But we've seen the interaction with the snowball. It is a little funky how you can just wait on the counterspell.
Bring the anti-mage in to his team, potentially.
Well, more so, I'm talking about the anti-mage the other way. In fact, right here, gets caught a little bit with a frostbite, but he's fine. But he as Tusk was snowballing in and compLexity tried to run away, he just counterspelled at the last second and snowballed back into them.
Right.
So it could go both ways.
Let's see. Let's take a look at the other heroes, just see what's developing. We've got Aeon Disc queued up for Kitrak, BKB queued up for Flea. We've got Ultimate Orb for what? A Silver Edge queued up for Liposa. CCNC going for a Shiva's Guard.
Oh, Silver Edge, very important against Spectre.
Yeah, definitely a very important tool. This Kunkka is really scary right now.
They caught AM. Not enough, though.
Did they? Did they really?
I mean, they stunned him once. It's a start. Actually got the Walrus Punch.
Okay, thank you. 343 queues up a Hex. Like, they need like 3 Hexes on their team right now.
Yeah, she has her 150 gold per minute talent, so I was going to say it might be a tough task, but that talent will help. I like how Anti-Mage is sitting with a heart in his backpack. Also Demon Edge.
Yeah, just saving it when he needs the regen. He'll swap it in.
Nice luxury to have.
Yeah.
I need a fountain real quick. All right, there we go. Level 25s I was looking at too. Kunkka, of course, he's there. Tidebringer cooldown, especially the Divine Reaper. Daedalus
Smoke
there.
play
Yeah.
in the mid lane.
Wrapping AM's in there. The Roshan pit, that is. See if
Oh, he gets bashed by Roche!
That bash timing. There's that snowball counter. Now Tusk taking a heavy burst. Here we go. The Haunt is activated. Miracle not sure who to go for, though. He finally goes back in and trying to chase after Lelis, but Lelis going to be fine. Ritsu blinks back in over here onto Tusk. Can't stop there. Ritsu's getting low. Pops his counter spell. He heals up onto Crystal Maiden, stopping a freezing field, and Ritsu's out of there. Back over here. Elder Giant went down. So did CCNC. Now Lelis. He is caught too, but yeah, the base.
Keeping in.
Anti-Mage is going for the tier 4. He's going to get 1 tier 4 out of this for sure. Not going to get a second, as now Crystal Maiden coming back in. Dazzle cancels his TP, realizing that Anti-Mage is already blinked out. They're trying to catch him still. Or AM will come to them, I suppose. And so compLexity is running now.
Creeps. Yeah, he did lose half of his health there to a Kunkka cleave hit. Not even a crit, I don't think. Maybe it was a crit, but regardless, it was a little scary for a second.
Now with the lanes pushing in now, though, they're just going to go for that Roshan.
No, they're not that far away, though. Z-Freak is here. compLexity, knowing this is happening. But two of their heroes are not there. Miracle, no haunt. Seafreak actually needs to be careful. He could just die here.
Roshan has fallen.
What's the buyback status?
Let's take a look. Pugna used his there. Other than that, it's Kunkka doesn't have one. He needs 1,400 gold. Double Divine Rapier, though. That's why. I mean, I guess, again, that's the answer. If he can somehow get that massive crit onto Anti-Mage.
He's looking for it. Just hunting with this Shadow Blade. He found CC&C. He doesn't have buyback.
Yes, didn't he get the Aegis, though? He did.
He has Kitrak to back him up as well. Anti-Mage seeping in.
Yeah, now you're scared. Glimmer Cape. Slowing him down, just pops a counter spell. Gonna have to
he
pop
gets
it
his
again. There's that snowball. Fortune's End, however, 3 for 3, zoning out the support with a freezing field. The double Walrus Punch. Counter spell, Lotus Order on himself. Another counter spell coming into play. Ritsu manning up, now blinking away. Stanking, throwing out the Earth Splitter on top of the Stomp. He hit Kunkka, looks like, doing some damage. Bosses BKB, just running after Pizza. Ritsu's going back in, wants after death. No, he's going to be fine. Goes after Ritsu. He's melted. The crit comes out. Not enough, though. Ritsu blinks away. 3 for 3 in chase. Freezes himself, though. False promise from Kitrak just in case. He does not want to take any chances. And yeah, with the heart, he will be full life out of this.
Limp has to go back to base and clear out the creeps. Second tier 4 getting very low.
Very close calls there. compLexity fighting very well considering the situation.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of getting these creeps out far enough for them to actually try and take a fight.
Yeah.
This Kunkka cleave, man, 2,700 damage. It will one-shot everybody but Ritsu in this entire game. No, and the Beastmaster as well.
Again, just simply waiting for that. A big hit.
Rolling the dice. Limp just going to camp the tier 4s and wait.
Shadow Wave.
It's Walrus punching over and over.
Double damage on Anti-Mage. Has the MKB in his inventory now.
There's a Walrus punch, but okay, Snowball.
Dragging him back into the base.
Oracle's nearby with the false if needed.
More importantly, where's Limp? It's like almost more important to watch at this point with those 2 rapiers in his inventory.
Going out the bottom. They make their way down here on the dire side. Hawks are in the lane as well. On the base even. From Beastmaster. CC&C has to cheese in the Aegis Refresher onto the other tie, and the Bash Brock. They get up the Vessel Blade on a Spectre. Fortune's End locking him in place. Lim now going with toe-to-toe with the Illusions. Nobody's open for here. The Primal Roar, and Spectre just melts away. The Mana Void used on him. He has a buyback. He'll use it. Might as well. Haunt on in. Flee in the midst with that BKB running back. The False Promise comes out very early. Again, just playing the getaway game right now if you're test123. Flee the Echo Stomp. They catch Z-Freak. No. Snowball. He's good for now.
Limp can't find an angle for a hit right now.
Big on Zap.
Radiant's middle tower.
Yeah, he was
has
trying.
fallen.
There's the tier 4,
Seems
though.
like he needs a Blink Dagger or something. To reposition himself. Yep, picks up the Blink Dagger, swaps it out for the Shadow Blade. I like this. It's going to allow him to actually find an angle.
They lose that tier 4, though, so now they're Ancient is susceptible, and he's going in for the
There it is.
Well, there's the big hit. Another tie-in immediately dies. Anti-Mage. Counter spell.
Drags
Jump
him
in, but Blinky's fine. Elder Titan's just going to stay dead for now. Not going to rush into a buyback. Did he use his Refresher? He still hasn't. He still has it. On the ET.
Haste.
Whew. This is something.
Could go on for a while.
This game could continue to go on for a bit. Absolutely. Almost at the hour mark, which isn't the longest ever by any means, but you're seeing this double Daedalus, or double Divine Rapier with the Daedalus. Just constantly holding.
The winner of this has another series to play right afterwards.
They do. Winter bracket finals. Team, they're sitting back and after watching this game, they play the winner.
Man, I really want this Dazzle to get a Hex. He's got 50% cooldown reduction. Get a Hex, man. It's so important against this anti-mage.
To be fair, he might, but 4,800 gold saved up. The secret shop is hard to access right now. Or compLexity side. Oh, there's a gem sitting right there. 343 just walks right on by. Whoops.
Who has vision of that? Can't tell.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's actually the Radiant. I'm watching the Radiant Vision right now, and they definitely have vision of it, unless I'm mistaken. Huh. Maybe they both do. No, it is the Radiant, 100%. It's a tense game. A lot going on.
Yeah, this one's definitely going to come down to some really, really chaotic, mistake-ridden fight. But this is a crazy, really well-played game from both sides so far, considering the situation.
Yeah, I mean, Roshan, yet again, in a game like this, no doubt going to be absolutely a place for action. And we have another 2 minutes before it could spawn, so guess around 3 minutes or so.
Yeah, CCNC's tabbed out. He's probably in Twitch chat right now. Hey, Quinn. It's just standing here on the Arcane rune, waiting for it to get close to about the time where it's going to switch over to another rune. I'm going to grab that one.
Or they'll smoke. Waiting to pick it up for the smoke. Long axes in the middle lane. Got to figure that looks suspicious. Limp having fun with it. Again, looking for the angle. Has the blink. It's going in. 5x situation. He has his. Spectre does not. Z-Freak. Burst on him. Shallow Grave at the last second. Keeps him alive. There's the counter. Han. Miracle of chasing after. And it's going to be popped onto Oracle. Looks like Ritsu. He blinks away. He's good to go. Limp jumping in. Could not get the big hit. Did some good damage, but he needs those crits.
And the Ancient taking pretty heavy damage from these catapults. And they're getting a little bit split up here.
Still waiting for it again. No big hit.
I think he just missed because of the butterfly.
That's what it looked like. Control is fine. Obviously, test321 not going to sit here and overcommit. They're letting the creeps do the work. The Ancient.
Creeps pushing in.
Z-Freak was found again. He is staying dead. That's a gem even on the ground. Ritsu's jumping in into the Fine Crystal Maiden. Again with the Shallow Grave. Ritsu caught by the Torrent counter spell. Trying to stay alive. He does have the False Promise on him. Turning onto the Spectre for the time being. In comes the ship. Ritsu, it looks like he's going to be fine coming out of this False Promise, but will he be fine in the long run? The break is up in a miracle. The Ancient at half-life currently. Disarm up onto Spectre. Ritsu gets hit pretty hard right there, but he's just going to man up. The Glyph at the last second. They get the kill with the left crit. Oh my god. Ritsu calls the GG. He buys back now. God. He just needs to come in and finish the job. He will do so. And that is it. test321 gets the win in the end. Oh, that was a funny interaction there, I got to say, at the last second. But the limp crit right as the fortification came out. Ritsu thought that was over.
He calls the GG, the Glyph, with what, like 20 HP, something like that?
Yeah. And Z-Freak was like, all right, we accept the forfeit. Just having some fun there. No, but it was... I mean, what else is there to say, right? We broke that down throughout the whole game because we had plenty of time to do so. It really is just the anti-mage show. Ritsu, absolutely amazing performance. And I go back to it, as great as he was, the team did a good job themselves as far as holding off as long as they could. And that was a big part of it because you got to buy enough time for that anti-mage to take over like he can there. Yeah,
just recognizing what kind of game it was. test321, they obviously ended the game with 22 kills versus compLexity's 43, but they just didn't feed away enough. They knew kind of where that line was, where they could die enough to let the anti-mage have the space, but didn't lose enough buildings to actually lose them a game. And that allowed Ritsu to hit that 998 GPM, just shy of 1,000. 1,000 last hits.
Wow.
22,000 building damage.
It's pretty good.
Really insane game.
Absolutely, absolutely insane game, and for compLexity, it's going to sting a little bit, but it's what it is. They're going to go to the lower bracket now, and they'll take on Anime 11 Esports. That'll be tomorrow. Now, as we were mentioning, test123, they're going to have a little bit of a break. My guess would be 20 minutes or so. Not the admin. I'll try to confirm for you guys, but it's probably going to be in that range, and then they'll come back, play the winter bracket finals against Team. Again, nobody qualifying today. Just simply trying to see where you place going into tomorrow. And then tomorrow we'll find out who ultimately qualifies from these 4 teams. Only one out of this North America region. But that's going to do it for Game 2 and thus this series. So we are going to go on that break. Anything else elevated before we do?
No, just at the very least, it's not compLexity having to play right after this. I feel like it'd be a little hard to hold it together and play another series after this one for your own elimination.
Yeah,
so.
Limp, man. 17-1 and 18. Double Divine Rapier. Still not enough. How about that? But, again, very good performance from Ritsu and test123 as a team. We're going to go on that break. I was BreakyCPK, joined by Elevated. We got our winter bracket finals. Team versus test123 should be coming up next. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be back.